Day. You might notice that I am framed differently. I am hanging out at my office, but my backup computer is not working and I don't have my other computer, so we're on the phone. And I'm very happy that you made it over from the other link, which is why there was little mishaps there. So for anybody who's joining us who has not been to the channel before, hi, my name is Jamie Butler. I'm the Everyday Medium. It's just a phrase that simply means I super enjoy normalizing the woo-woo, the spiritual, taking that content, making it digestible, creating a community where we can talk about it real normal, just real plain. Doesn't have to be crazy. So welcome here. If you're here and you want to comment, please put your fingers to the keyboard. Let me know how you're doing. I thought it would be nice today to talk about the energy that's coming up. Here we are starting in just a few days, actually. On November 19th, the 20th for some, we have a shift in our universe where Pluto is coming into Aquarius. And Maitland has been gabbing about this quite a bit, so I thought that we would have some time here to talk about what energy shifts are coming up and kind of what this is for you. Or I don't know if it's what it is for you. Hey, thanks for the hearts. I love watching those pop up. But how is it going to play a part for your energy sensitive body? Because that's the main thing that we like to talk about here, is knowing that you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, claircognizant, clairsentient, knowing that you have these intuitive abilities. How is that going to be influenced? How is that actually going to lead you into the changes that are coming up? Thank you for finding me and making your way here. So happy. Okay, with Maitland talking about the energy of 2024, which Grace is going to come in and do an overview of 2025 real soon. So definitely keep an eye out for that. It will be here on YouTube. And in 2024, at the beginning, they were saying that this year was really about the innovations. We're going to see things that we haven't seen before. And even the theme of the energy in November is expect the unexpected. So here we are, going back to those lessons that maybe have come through from your guides or from other teachers or just in casual conversation, where people are getting used to accepting change. For a long time, we settled into a rhythm and an expectation of, what was needed from us to be a contributing citizen in our society. And now that's shifting a little bit, even from different work hours to working when you're available, to working from home instead of at an office. So these expectations and structures that were laid down are getting a little fluid. And fluid is the key. And when Pluto comes into Aquarius, it's going to really enjoy being fluid and cultivating this sense of equality, inclusion. It's going to pull this kind of collective action, like mass consciousness getting together and going, hey, you know what? We've done this. Now let's move as one voice. Instead of everybody pretending to be individuals and getting loud and rowdy as an individual, you're going to find your tribe and you're going to get into your community and you're going to get into your groups. Whether you find it because you're seeking solace, or you're seeking like-minded people, or you're seeking to make change and movement, within self or community, whatever reason, you're going to come and magnetize to those people who have similar vibrations than you, which is so exciting. Like, this is very much needed at this time. When Pluto comes in at the end of November, 20th, 19th, 20th, it's going to bring a lot of support towards the feelings of freedom, needing to be not just in authentic, but freedom in the sense of what expectations you've put on me before doesn't fit, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to seek this sense of freedom. I know I have the freedom to speak. I know I have the freedom to say no. I know I have the freedom to change my mind. I know I have and all of this starts to come back online. And now we're going to have this different frequency of energy where people aren't complacent anymore. Is it complacent the word? Where they stay quiet and just stay in place? It's going to be peeking over the fence going, what's happening? And what else do I need that I don't know that I need? And so learning, growth, expression is just gonna take off. So we're gonna get into this new era of transformation. Oh, shout out to Lumi Kimberly. Kimberly, you made it to a live finally. Yay! Thank you for being here. Hi Tara, hi Amora, hi everybody. If you weren't here at the beginning, I thoroughly welcome fingers to the keyboard, chat and ask questions, that kind of a thing. We're going to keep it to the topic today and not do so much as individual questions. Oh, we have birthdays coming up. Shout out to you, Amora. Happy birthday. So with this shift this month, expect the unexpected, coming into an era of transformation. As an energy sensitive, that's you, point fingers at self, however you express that sensitivity, what you're going to be picking up on is a lot. You're going to be picking up on a lot more strength, a lot more power, a lot more internal confidence, not because the world around you has been notched down and you're seeing eye to eye. Maybe you felt it was an imbalance, but it's more so that you are rising up, and what you have been experiencing in your life with your clairs, your psychic abilities, your intuitive abilities are going to become a little bit more on the norm. How in general people want to work and express themselves. Watch how the language changes. It's so exciting. Watch how we shift our routine and rhythm of how we live our life. It will then become acceptable to say, you know, I'm feeling a little sluggish. I'm gonna hang back, take a bath, do a little meditation, and feed myself some good food. You guys go have a good time. And everybody in your group would be like, so understand that, absolutely. Power up, take care of that body, bye. Whereas today, still some people are like, well, you know, I have to wash my hair tonight, or throw out a little white lie. Little white lie things are very much 3D old paradigm. We're going to come into speaking more of what our voice is, standing in our own power in a very authentic way, and it's going to be norm and accepted. Michelle Schneider, how are you? Says, with Pluto going into Aquarius, do you think the shifts happen quickly, or is it a slow unfolding transformation? I think it has been happening all year to get to the point of feeling that energy of Pluto and Aquarius. Those shifts have already began. So when we come to the end of the month, I wouldn't expect that it would just be lights on after a party, like, whoa, what's going on now? I clearly see what's happening. It's more going to be like over a few more months, you know, completing the rev up, or just completing understanding or feeling. I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that it might create a little bit of confusion, this energy, because people are going to feel this sense to make a difference and make a change, but not know how to do it. So they'll think, oh, it's just another one of those ideas, and I'm just going to put it down. Or I don't know what to do, so obviously I'm not meant to do anything. Or people will feel so uniquely strong, they might be embarrassed of it because it wasn't their nature before. And I'm not talking about being so strong that you step over other people or knock them down, you know, like bully your way into it. Not like that. When I'm talking about strong and strength, it's with your sensitivities. I am aware that the feeling in this room is off, but in the old you would have like toughed it out. Just ignore it. You got to be here. It's for a greater cause. Just keep pushing. But then when we get into it now, it's coming forward. You have your sensitivities. Room feels off, and you're like, I don't want to be here, and I don't need to be here. Okay, you guys can catch me up later. You have the understanding to share about it and to bring it forward. That's the kind of power that's coming. Everybody's saying hi. I love it. Hi, Laura Palace. Today I felt a shift, she says, into making it easier to move energy faster. That is another thing when it comes to transformation. You got it, Laura. Energy is going to move quicker, and your understanding of that movement is going to be supportive. You're like, oh, that's happening? Okay, yes, let it happen. Whereas before it might have been, stop, what are you doing here? What are you changing? Tell me beforehand so I can analyze that and I can put it into place. Then I might approve of it. It's less of a logical mind. We're coming away from the era of the mind being the intelligence, the mind and the knowledge and what you know being the point of praise and the point of saying if you are a good person or not, oh, they're so knowledgeable, they're so smart. Those are really high qualities in our society. We put our kids through school at least 12 years. Most make it. Some go on to college. Some spend 16, 20 years in college. Not in college, but in school. and, and it's all building the mental body. And so we have that mental body really strong and very well built. So now Pluto's energy is like, hey, creative side, what are you doing? You want to play around in your imagination? You want to go get a paintbrush? You want to express yourself? Let's play with some clay. Let's step outside the boundaries. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? Let's, Pluto likes to bring in revolutions. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was like 1778 to 1798, last 20-year cycle. And this was during the French Revolution, the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution. I mean, it came to make some changes. It's like permission for growth, permission to go from here. And where we're poised is moving from 3D to 5D. So the majority of people will shift with mass consciousness up to higher frequencies and begin to use those higher frequencies within their day-to-day skills. Telepathy, healing, emotional intelligence will be more valued for this shift. It won't be intellectual intelligence. So those are some shifts that we can look at. That's what's going to be occurring with your sensitive body. Trisha, it's also first time catching live. Yay! Thank you for loving the channel. I really appreciate it. Trisha, thanks for being here. Hey, Tony. Yeah, Laura, you're agreeing, right? Oh, we have Logan posing a little question out for everybody. Anyone else had the third eye buzzing like crazy this month? I've had constant vibrating and pulsing in my forehead. If you've had those experiences, reach out in the chat thread, show Logan some support. I will absolutely say yes. So much so that I actually got acne on my third eye. I was like, what is going on? I keep feeling I have a hat on and I'm trying to take the hat or the like the bandana off my forehead, and it's not. I mean, we are in that moment of change. Going back to January 2024, Maitland and Grace also have been talking to us about being comfortable with change. If you want to stay constant, always change, as change is the only constant. So here we are, we're going to see things we've never seen before. If the theme is expect the unexpected, it's like, how do you do that? How do you, create ease and connection to something you've never experienced before? Well, it's about being comfortable with shifts and changes. So there we are sitting. Oh no. Here we go. There's where we're sitting. Where's your comfortability? That's a word. It's going to be a word now. To what shifts are coming your way. And again, guys, this can be so basic, but I want to talk about it because I want you to be more conscious of it, just slightly aware of it. And I want you to be able to celebrate your changes and your shifts. And I want the back of your head, the logical part of your head, left hemisphere, go, look at you. You just decided your old routine or what you normally would have done doesn't fit you anymore. And you've just told your friends that you're going to do this instead. And you're communicating in a different way. You're setting up your home in a different way. You're just allowing more high frequency energy to gather around you instead of operating more asleep operating more as a robot stuck in a routine. You're going to come into an age of expression. Pluto also represents expression, creativity, innovation. It likes to redefine structures of power. So, what was in power, creating the structure, is now going to have the energy to unravel a little bit. So, if you're here in the United States, you know that we just went through an election and we have a new president coming in next year, January 20th. And so, this new presidency, these new people new people being placed in the government at this time, they are going to deal with Pluto's energy in Aquarius. They're going to come across looking at a structure of power that has created this routine that's not going to be supported anymore. And so you're going to witness some unraveling, some exposure, some more of that. We've had some of it already. But you're going to witness people in power panic a little bit because they're used to having a foothold in a very concrete way, knowing possibly that they could work the system or this was paid by them, so it was promised to them. But there's going to be holes coming in to all of these structures that have held us together. And that's what creates the revolution energy. That's all that innovation. It's where people start to authentically become themselves and feel like they have the freedom to do so. You're going to hear people speak out loud in ways that you just haven't come across. And you're like, I can't believe they're saying this. Is this real? Or are they just trying to pull the wool over our eyes again? Are they just trying to dismiss us? It's not. It's going to be very real, and it's going to be based, like reality, of course, is based in your energy, your perception, and your beliefs. So I do want you to tap in whenever you're feeling uncomfortable, uneasy, which those are the moments of change. That's the moment of opportunity. But if you're uncomfortable, I want you to decide what is your perception, what is your truth, what is your reality. You know it better than anybody else. Instead of maybe old paradigm stuff, which is who else is with me? So I'm not alone. Like, who else? Okay, that's how you see it. I like that. I'll take that, and I'll just take that at face value, and I won't research that, and I don't need to know because I like you, and I'll just do it. Pluto is like, I'm not going to let you do that anymore. Its energy is like, come on, you need to know. Come on, you need to tap into this. You need to bring it out. Seek for your freedom to uniquely be you. So it's going to be so much fun. Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. Do you remember some talks about spirit going, let's go back to ma and pop days? The Renaissance era is coming. Back to art, back to poetry, back to music being very important. Pluto is all about that. Let's bring that forward. Isn't that so interesting? Hi, Holly Ingle. I love that you're here. Leanna Avery, this is your first time too? Look at all the first timers here. Hi, thank you so much for being here. If you like the content, please like, subscribe to the channel. You can also, the whole routine, hit the bell so you know when we go live. It's usually once a week on Friday, and we have conversations like this. Tara, I kind of agree with you. If you've been in my orbit, I am passionate about teaching and normalizing this and just helping people find their vocabulary and helping you feel confident with your abilities. I'm not a great self-marketer. I'm just not. But the healing that we did on Wednesday with Hathars, holy wowness, over on Learn It Live. And Tara's coming in going, if anybody hasn't done Jamie's healing, please watch it and go through the healing. I didn't know how much I needed it. I woke up feeling more centered and peaceful today. It's pretty wild. Oh, Darlene says my third eye is tightly off and on. Logan, you're not alone. And Holly's even having images of using magic wands to clear my third eye. Have you followed through? Take the time, follow through. See if you can create your magic wand. Who knows? I know we have some difficult time with change, but Darlene, Let's get on the horse. Let's look at change. Change happens all the time, whether you're noticing it or not. You know, just the simple thing of waking up and saying, I want coffee. Do I want sugar today or not? Oh, I do. Well, that was a change because normally you didn't, or vice versa. You're creating opportunity with every breath and every movement. But I understand when you talk about change, it might be a larger structure outside of you, which is often what happens when something big like Pluto and Aquarius, or bringing in a new president and a new staff. So yes, this change, it's coming. Anytime you're feeling uncomfortable or out of sorts, tap into yourself. You have, how do I say this? I will get help from spirit to say this. Inside of you, whether you feel like you have gone through your therapy and you kind of know who you are, or you're settled, or if you're unsettled with yourself on the inside, you have some situations that you're working with and trying to keep in balance. And no matter where you are on the spectrum of self, health, and well-being, you have the ability through it all, through thick, through thin, dense, light, to align yourself to what works for you. And so it'd be really important at this time, kind of like how Maitland's been talking all year. Important thing to learn, not everything for your logic mind. Important thing to learn is going with change, being comfortable with change. Oh, things used to cost this much. Now it costs that much. Okay, I'm changing, but it doesn't mean that you have to accept all the change. If it doesn't resonate with you, you have your free will and everything. You speak up with it. But you need to access that place inside of you that will let you know that you are, some people call it on your path, on your right path, in alignment, in the flow, where you need to be. There's all these kinds of words. But if you don't practice that, you can find yourself kind of scattered, and it can conjure up a little bit of uneasiness or fear or scared. There's another word I'm looking for and I can't find it. But you'll feel very thin, spread out, overwhelmed. Anxiety can come in, and it's just like, I'm grasping at straws. I feel like time is running away with me, and I don't know what's happening. And we get frantic. That's the word I was looking for, frantic. So let's find a way. Maybe we can talk about it right here. Do you who are with me live, do you have techniques and ways that even in health and wellness or chaos and franticness energy, how do you tap into yourself and identify if you're right where you need to be, or if you've succumbed to pressure or manipulation by others and you've placed yourself in a frequency, a situation, an opportunity that's not for you? Yeah, Lula, that's what I'm asking everybody here. She says, how do you know if we're on the right path or in the right path? So I would like to hear from you, how you do that for yourself, and then I'll share a little bit how I do for myself. And while you're thinking about that, oh, James Davis, loving this. Concentrate on the breath. Holly says, I try to check in and see what my body is telling me. Body intelligence. That's exactly where I'm going to. And strangely enough, James, the way I get to my body intelligence is breathing. It's breathing. It's so crazy how much our breathing pattern tells us, but we don't pay attention to it. Are you taking a deep breath right now? Are you holding your breath? Is it a shallow breath? Is it a deep inhale, soft exhale? Is it a quick inhale, long exhale? What's happening? Because those patterns regulate your nervous system. Like, it is communicating directly to the body, and the body is expressing information. Laura's sharing perspective, taking a step back. And Amora is reminding us we're always on the right path. It's very, very true. But we also have free will, and we can be nudged or lured or step over what's easiest for us and make a difficult path, but it's your choice. And because it's your choice, it's always going to be your right path. I know, it's like, yin yang. It's like talking about something and not about something. It's one of those approaches. I've gotten really good at becoming aware of how I feel, says Caroline, especially if it's off track, and I try not to judge it. I clear and release what no longer serves my highest good and timeline, and clear deeper if, and it trails off, if need be, probably. Yes, so what I do is in any situation that I'm feeling thin or overwhelmed, just frazzled, I retreat. So for me, that's normally a bathroom break. If I'm somewhere public, it's a bathroom break. If I'm somewhere like at my home, I'll just sit down. I mean, I have sat down in the middle of my kitchen, just right in the middle. My husband comes around the island. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing on the floor?" I'm like, "Collecting myself." Okay. He just kind of walks away. The strange things of living with an energy sensitive. I'm sure your partners or family say these similar things about your sensitivities too. So um, I drop, I sit down, I peel away, I get some alone time. I tap into my breathing. I like a box breath. So that's 4 parts of a breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, empty. And you repeat that to a rhythm, whether that's a 4 count, a 5 count, a 7 count, whatever you want. Sometimes if I'm in a panicked situation or I'm feeling overwhelmed, I can't keep a count, so it's me just long breath in, long breath out. So it's just 2 phases, long breath in, long breath out. And then I tap into my body. What is my body telling me? What's my heart rate? What's my temperature? Then I look at my emotions. What am I actually feeling right now? And what am I not allowing myself to express? Because emotions and jitters and being overwhelmed can be contained expressions, whether you didn't feel safe or you just didn't have the muscle to identify it. And so you just worked right over it. That happens. Guys, we're human, we're learning. So I'll ask, like, what is that? And then I like to get into, what do I need? Like, what do I need right now? Why am I in this? What do I need from this? And is that a priority? Is that really important for me? If it is, let's go fight for it. Let's get back in it. If it's not, but I was making it a priority and it really wasn't, I'm like, you got to step down. You got to quit this. It helps a lot, but it also requires you to pay attention to where you are. If you're not staying present, you're not going to even be aware. If you need that time apart to check your breath, to tap into body's intelligence, emotional quality, what do I need? To coach yourself through it. But the crazy thing is we each have those skills. We each can do that for us. Even if, I mentioned before, you are absolutely health and well-being, a perfect example, or falling apart. Even when you are at the bottom of the barrel and you're like, this cannot get any worse. I don't even want to be here anymore. You can actually tap into your breath, listen to your body, pay attention to what emotion you have, and ask what you need. And you will get responses. You will have support from yourself. It's really beautiful. J-Ho is like, what if we can't remove yourself from the situation right away? How do you handle that? I'll tell you. I really wish Jozu, jo, oh my God, I can't even say it now. Zojirushi would sponsor me. I love their thermoses, but I'm just saying, I'm being funny now. But I carry around a water bottle, J-Ho, and whether I drink from it or not, it's in my bag or whatever. It's a symbol to show other people that I stay hydrated. And at any given point, I can use the restroom. But even if you don't carry water with you and you need to get out of a situation, let's say it's a very emotional or angry situation, you can stop and go, listen, I gotta use the bathroom. I know it's wrong timing, I know it's not convenient, but I gotta pee. And it's crazy. Even CEOs, lawyers, healers, your lover, your friend won't go, you can't pee now. They won't deny you an opportunity to use the restroom. What if you don't have a restroom around you? Then it's, you can't lean on the, hey, I need to use the restroom. And you can take your time in the bathroom. Take your time. Clean, wash your face, wash your hands 3 or 4 times. You don't even have to use the bathroom. But just catch your breath. Get away from the energy. You can take on fake phone calls. You can remember fake timing. Oh my God, what time is it? Shit, I was supposed to be this. Just give me, I know we need to finish this. Give me 5 minutes. I gotta go. I promised them, and I want to stick to my promises. And then you step out and you have a fake phone call. Nancy McHugh is like, I love the restroom one. You do, you need an exit plan when you are energy sensitive like we are. There are situations that feel very contained, choking. And when you're oversensitized, sometimes our intuitive ability is like, well, maybe you're wrong. Maybe you need to be like them. Maybe you need to forego what's happening and ignore this and do that so that you can seem normal or part of the crowd. And so you'll overextend when you're already overwhelmed. And then for some of us, it's like we get to the point of overwhelm and we just deer in headlights shut down. And it's like we don't know what to say, we don't know what to do, we don't know how, and it's awful. Yeah, Jeho is like, living with that energy is difficult. It's constant. Trying to remove myself permanently, but it's not easy financially. Yes, it's very, very true. It's a fine line. And I think a lot of us, when we get to the end of our elasticity, when it comes to our abilities, like we're so sensitive, some communities and normal gatherings are too much for us. It's okay though, it's just not for us at that time. Because you'll find sometimes your sensitivities are different and you can get in the middle of a mosh pit and you just think it's wonderful. You're like, just bring it on. Loud sounds, lots of touch, different smells, like, yes. But then sometimes it's like, you can't even imagine going to a concert. So our energies are going to fluctuate. Oh, I can't remember what I was going to talk about. So we get to the end of that line and we think we have to make a dramatic change to save ourselves. We got to quit everything. We have to move. We have to buy 50 acres and have a farm and take care of ourselves and maybe get a cow. That's possibly my dream, guys. But you don't have to make a drastic change. Think of 1% change. Think of a 1% change. And think of it as something that is doable, achievable, repeatable. Don't flake out on me here. Doable, achievable, repeatable, 1%. And you're like, 1%? This is so little. It is little. Good. Because if you can repeat it and you keep it with you, then that 1% becomes part of your foundation, how you make up your mind, how you show up. And that 1% attracts another percent. And you're like, oh my God, that was so easy. I could easily layer on another 1%. Please don't add 5, don't add 10. We're not trying to set yourself up for being overwhelmed with the need to create change in your life to find your balance. Just do one at a time. And still here, if you find yourself completely overwhelmed with these changes and shifts that are coming in, go back to your community. Guys, let's start talking more. In person, online, let's talk. How are you doing? What are you learning about yourself? This is such a wonderful age to be in. Guys, we've got 20 years of this really rich transformation, creative revolution, come into innovation, creativity, music, arts, all of this. And it's underlining freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Oh, I love the dragon talk. Sheldon says, I wonder how many of us have that dream of living on 50 acres and having a few chickens, a cow, a pig, and a garden to share with neighbors. It is Sheldon, that's like the baseline of like, I'm gonna grow all this, and like I'll go to my neighbor and be like, hey, you need some? So true. Oh my goodness. Maybe one day. Yes, James. Freedom for all. Judy, can you tell the multidimensionals you need the bathroom? Maybe Sheldon and I can use that one. Yeah, when they're present and around you and the energies are so thick, how do you lay the boundaries around all your clairs? You know, to still say, hey, I know my abilities are getting stronger and there's more communication avenues coming in, but I also need to be human and I've prioritized this. And sometimes I don't need to be in conversation or in communication with you. So I need to know that I could step back and have a break. So this is going to come with more talking. This is going to come with laying what you might call boundaries. I like to call them filters. For me, a boundary sounds too brick wall. And I will be the first to admit that I don't know everything. I don't know everything that I need. I don't know like the right answer for my highest health, wealth, and being. I'm human and I'm on an evolutionary like path. So I like to use a filter because what if I set up a brick wall and I'm blocking that frequency, which is going to propel me to the ultimate place? So I do a filter. That which doesn't work for me, don't enter my orbit. I'm done. That which does work for me, come on in. And I highlight that which does work for me might not be easy, might not feel fun, might make me a little uncomfortable, but in essence, it's always going to get me to the end where I need to be. Who is watering the chickens right now? What, Laura? I love this. Cindy's living the dream on 10 acres with 40 chickens, 4 cats, a large garden, and it's really that great, she says. Thank you. Oh my God, I love your shares. Officially a cat lady. Ditto. So if you're looking through this shift that we're coming into to add more skills or to find more community, please take the time and recognize when you come across something where your body lights up. Oh my God, I love the way that person taught that, or that person is going to host that class, or that community is going to have that thing, or that place over there. I want you to listen to where your body goes. Ooh, do you know that feeling I'm talking about? Your mind might not do it. Your mind be like, there's just one more thing to do. How much does it cost? How long is it going to take? I mean, that's very interesting, but I'm tired. But your body doesn't do all that rubbish. It just goes, ooh, and it gets a little excited. Okay, homework today is pay attention to that feeling. Ooh, look at what it is. If it's not the right timing or right financial efforts, I still want you to write down what it is because you are pulled to it, attracted to it. So it's going to give you something in return. Listen to that. That will help you find your community, find different teachers, experiences. I mean, if you're looking for experiences, we're always hosting something over here. We have Trance channeling coming up. I think it's this November. It's the 21st, right after Pluto comes into Aquarius. We're going to do a trance channeling on Learn It Live, so you can come and ask questions, listen to a message. We also have retreats, spiritual tourism retreats in Sedona at the end of February, February 27th through March 2nd. It's called the Art of Trance. And in those 3.5 days, I am going to put you through experiences to get you into trance. So you're going to practice getting into it, discovering how your body works with trance abilities. But then, of course, we have all kinds of wonderful ceremonies and really pulling in Sedona's energy. We also have Shasta coming on the calendar again in August 2025. Don't have the date secure, but it's happening. And we have an African safari flying into Kilimanjaro International Airport in Tanzania and working down the Serengeti. That's coming in November. We only have 2 more private rooms left on that trip. but we have 3 rooms that are shared. So we have shared rooms available. So if you want to go with your sweetheart, your best friend, and we are going to meet with the Maasai tribe, the Hudsu tribe, and we're going to go on, well, if you want to go on a hunt, you can go on a hunt. I'm going to stay back with the grandmas and do herbs and learn medicinal things and do healings on the land and meditations. It'll be really interesting. And if anybody is out there who's done your level 1 and 2 with Reiki and you would like to step into the master class, learning how to give attunements and maybe host classes yourself, Reiki Mastership comes up December 7th and 8th. Oh, look at all the links are popping up. Tara is going to meet up with Sheldon. Sheldon's trying to swing Sedona. My sister wants to fly and I want to drive. We're still discussing. Yay! That's going to be beautiful. Oh, I would love to see you there. I'll hug you so hard. How are you feeling with all of this info? It's very inspiring, and I know it can sound overwhelming, but you know how it is. Once you're in it, you're kind of in it, and it doesn't feel as big anymore because you're participating with it. You're the co-creation with it. So practice. Listen to your body. Find its excitement. Whenever you come across something, take note, because that can be your guide of what you're going to get into next, what you're going to learn, explore. And then find your filters. Connect to your body. It will coach with you what is in alignment with you and what is not. I am so happy that you are here. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. It makes my dreams come true. Remember, this is not woo-woo. It's true. Thank you again, everyone. Be well. Be happy. That's the grace. I hear her say that to me. Holly's like, I am feeling full. Hey, Dan. The Creek Squad. Love you guys. Judy's still pondering all the extra info Maitland and Grace gave us in the Q&A. Oh, I'm not aware of that. I'll figure that out. Laura's like, have you thought of Scotland? Absolutely, I've thought of Scotland. You got a place in mind? Let us know. Right, Amora? She says, Godspeed. Hi, Vlad. Oh, hugging you in Florida as it's in its recovery mode. It's a reboot mode. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye.